Gabriela?
Yes.
Nisi, lead us in short prayers, please. Lead us in short prayers and we start our lesson.
Yes.
Lead us in short prayers and we start our lesson. Daisy has come. That is
okay. Let's pray. Our Father, let's pray. Dear God, we pray for today. We pray that He has enabled us to start this lesson, and we pray everything that more people keep on attending. In the name of Jesus, I've prayed.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, that's the shortest prayer I've ever had. Okay, but it's good. At least we have prayed. Thank you for that, Gabriela.
Welcome.
Daisy?
Yes, teacher.
How are you, Daisy?
I'm fine, teacher.
Daisy, you did not submit your work.
Teacher, during the weekend, I never had data, but I'm going to submit.
Okay, we are not going to look at anything now on beside what we have already looked at, because I gave that one. I think I did my best, members. I did my what? I did my best, yes. and I believe people have understood. At least those who have submitted, they were doing something well, something right. That is good. If you know you have submitted, please just appreciate yourself. Now today, let's look at probability. Let's look at what? Probability.
Probability.
In a new page of your book, write probability. I know some of you are mean. You have become so mean these days because of COVID or because of what? Start from a new page. Probability. Members?
Yes, teacher.
Let's now define, because when you are looking at something, you must know what it is. What is probability? Who can define first probability? If I talk of probability, what do I mean?
Teacher, try.
Yes, please.
To me, probability is a state where one is sure of when something is able to. Okay, like probability is when someone is sure an outcome will happen or not happen.
At least you have the idea. Okay? You have the idea.
Yes.
So you are talking of, according to your definition, you are talking of success or what? Or failure. You expect something to happen. When it happens the way you plan, that is a success. But if you plan for it and you fail, that one is a what? Is a failure. Okay? Someone with another idea?
Yes.
Someone with another idea of probability?
So let me try.
Yes, please.
Probability is like how to tell either it's likely or unlikely the future will occur.
How likely or unlikely something, okay, is to what? Is to occur. How likely or unlikely something is to what? To occur. That is it. So in a nutshell, members, so likely, which means is a success. That one is a success. Unlikely, which means that is what? Is a what? Is a failure. Yeah. So now, in a nutshell, we can say probability is just a game of chance. It's a game of what?
Chance.
It's a game of chance. Because you are just trying. You are trial, okay? Trial and error. Is trial and what?
Error.
Trial and error. If it happens, it happens. If it fails, okay? Those are, this word we normally use them. These are common words we normally use them in our vocabulary when we are making conversation. You say maybe, likely, You get it? Maybe. Now, when you put the word maybe, members, if you put the word what? maybe, which means you are saying probably, which is the word probability. Probably it may occur. Probably will what? Will occur. Like now, if I ask you here in a simple terms, what is the success? I mean, what is the probability or what's the chance of you coming back to school soon? Who can tell me what's the chance of you coming back to school soon? Or this year? Is there a chance that we may come back to school this year?
No.
No, that one is no. Not so, which means that one you are very sure. Now, members, when you talk of, which means if you give me, but if I said, what's the probability, what's the chance of you coming back to school this year? You may say, maybe in November, maybe in December. I think that, which means you are giving it a trial. But if you are saying, if I asked you, what's the probability of you coming back to school this year, and you said, no, it's not possible, which means that one you are very what? You are very what? You are very what?
Sure.
You are very sure you are not coming back to school, which means that probability we take it to be what? We take it to be what? 1. I think are you together, members? Are you together?
Yes.
So if the probability is 1, if the probability of an event occurring is 1, that one you are very sure. You are so confident. This one you are very confident. Very what? Very confident that particular event or that particular incident or that particular activity or that particular experiment or that particular activity you are trying to refer to or that particular concept will what? Will occur. But if you said, members, what is the probability? What is the probability of you excelling in mathematics? Or what are the chances of you passing in mathematics?
Chances 100.
Eh? Members.
Yes.
If I ask you, what's the chance? What's the chance of you passing mathematics?
100.
You said now if you for some people maybe 99, some people maybe 100. If you said 100%, which means you are very sure. By all means, you will pass what? Mathematics. Okay?
Yes.
Then another question I may ask. Members, are you listening to me?
Yes, teacher. Yes.
What is the probability that you are going to sleep this night? What is the probability you are going to sleep?
100.
A half.
50.
Someone is saying I have.
100%.
Someone is saying
100.
50 what? 50%. Remember, if I talk of 50%, 50% is the same as 50 over what? 50 over 100, which is the same as what? A half. Not so? Which is the same as what? A half. So what does it mean? So it means you may sleep, or you may not what? You may not sleep. Okay?
Yes.
Then another question may also ask, what is the probability? Now this one is emotional, but God forbid. But as a Christian, I believe I'm talking to Christians. Members?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
What's the probability of you dying?
Oh my gosh.
50.
1%.
99.9%.
99%.
Yes?
I have a
85.
theory.
99.9%.
For me as a Christian, I believe the chances of me dying is 1. As a Christian, by all means I will. But by all means I will die, whether I want or not. I will die. That's how the question is. What is the probability of you dying? Is what?
Teacher?
Is 1. Okay. Okay.
I have a theory.
Yes, please.
My grandfather always tells me every step we take forward leads us to another step to our death. So anytime soon, anybody can die.
Exactly. That is perfect. That is brilliant. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Members, as we leave, now let me first leave mathematics. Now let me talk of spiritual. Now let me go a little bit spiritual here, because some of these things we need to put it in a context so that we understand it well. Okay.
Yes.
As a Christian, as a believer, we know that we may die anytime. And death is not a surprise. As to a Christian, death is not a surprise. Is it a surprise to you?
No.
Death, as a Christian, you know that death is not a surprise anymore. That's God's plan. You get?
Yes.
But if so, the probability of us dying from this planet or getting away from this planet is 1. Whether we want or not, we shall what?
Die.
We shall die. But if I ask this question, the question may be different from this. I may ask you, what's the probability of you getting sick today? You can say that one you are 50-50, right?
10%.
To some people, teacher say I cannot be sick today. I cannot.
0.
To some people is 0. To someone is a half. You see that is varying. But the other conditions which are universal. The other conditions which are universal. Whether we want it or not, we shall. That event will occur. Right together.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, please.
It's not on probability.
Yes, please.
Why is it that February has only 28 or 29 days?
Hey, that question. Okay, I will give you 5 minutes to explain that because we have to go through our lesson, okay?
Yes.
Members, have you got the question? Have you got what Nalukeng is asking?
Yes.
Why? If you look at month, let me know. Years, okay? Okay?
Yes.
Even years, we have 2 types of calendar. We have 2 types of what? Calendar. We have what we call a common calendar. A common what? Calendar. Then there's what we call odd calendars. Okay? Okay? Now, when you look at initially in Rome, in what?
In Rome.
In Rome. That was long time ago. There was a king. There was a what? A king. Called who?
Numa.
Called Numa. Numa, when he became a king, when he became a what? A king, he found that the calendar those people were using, the existing calendar, the existing what? Calendar, add only 10 months. That was before, okay? Members, are you following me?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, add only what? Add only 10 months.
10 months.
Add only 10 months. So now for him, when he came, you know, in Rome, as a believer, we know that they are different, their calendar, that's why these days we have calendar which are being segmented. We have this, we know in October like this, we know that we have independent days, we have what? There are so many events that takes place. Even in Rome, those days, there was events. There were what? Events. Now, what King Numa did, when he came in, he was trying to, he said, why is that we have only 10 months? And in this month, there were a series of activities. People were always occupied. People never had time for another what? Spiritual what? Or spiritual sacrifices, time for themselves. Now he decided. He decided. At first, he decided to add 1 month. The problem with Nuna is he doesn't want anything odd. That was his plan. He never wanted anything odd. Any odd numbers was a problem to him. And when anything of his, if you look at his, if you go to his history, anything, whether it's in his room, whether where, even the kind of food he eat, the way they prepare, the way the recipe, everything is even. Everything is what? Even. He never wanted anything odd. So now, at first, when he came, he found there were how many months, members? In a year, there were only 10 months. Okay? Members, are you following me?
Yes.
There were only 10 months. Now, I started arguing. Is subordinate. Is what? Subordinate. Is what? Subordinate. They started arguing. Maybe we add 1 month For what? For sacrifice. 1 month for what? For doing sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Then when you add 1 month, that one will take us what? 11? 1 month. That one will take us what? 11?
Months.
11 months. But Numa had problem with odd numbers. 11 is odd, not so?
Yes.
11 is odd. So for him, he decided
Yes.
that month they added, that month, they gave that month to be January. Okay? Okay? And January in
Yes.
Rome means beginning. It means beginning. In Rome, it means, in Latin, it means beginning. That's why they call it January. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now, so since this one, 11 is an odd number, he was not happy with it. He said, no, I don't want this thing to be 11. I want it to be even. Then he decided to add another month. Okay?
Yes.
That month is called February. It's called now what?
February.
And in Latin, in it means unlucky. It means unlucky.
Eh,
Okay? Are you together?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
In all this calendar, for him, when we are starting counting the month, those days before he came in, we are starting counting the year in March. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
We start counting months in what? In March up to December. Over January, February, they were not there before Luna came in. Okay? So when he came in, he added what? So for him, he added how many months now? He added 2 months. He added the first one, January. But January means beginning. He was not happy with, because it was forming an odd number. He was not happy with it. You know how kings behave, not so?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever they want, that's what people must do those days. So he decided to add another month, and that month is, they call it month of unlucky, not being lucky. Month of unlucky, not being lucky. Okay?
Yes.
That's why in Rome, whenever anyone who is born in February, they said you are unlucky. That's why the names are the names they give you. They give you names of people who are unlucky in life.
Not true. That, not true.
That was those days. I'm giving history. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. So whoever was born in February, they said, please, you are not lucky. Actually, you are supposed to be sacrificed.
Yeah. Hey, teacher.
Okay. Yes. Now, let me give now.
Teacher,
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, first finish, then I'll tell you, teacher.
Okay. Now, please, let's have minimize noise in the background. Now, remember I told you at first we had only what?
10
months.
months.
And each of them was 30 days. Each of them was what? 30 days.
30 days.
It means in a year, there were how many days? There were 300 what? 300 days.
365.
That was before, when it was
65.
Now,
Wait, 10 months.
for 10 months, yes, for the 10 months, it was 300. Okay?
30 days.
Because each month was 30 days. Okay?
Yes.
Now, the scientists, the people who are working with him, they started convincing him. He said, no, teacher, let's move, our king, let's move together with the what? With the wall. Let's move together with the what? With the wall. Because the wall, there's a calendar called Georgia. There's a calendar called what? Georgia. Yes. That's why we have the Roman calendar and then the Georgia calendar. The Georgia calendar is the one being used by Ethiopians. The what?
Ethiopians.
Are you aware that in Ethiopia, we have 13 months? In Ethiopia, we have 13 months. I think that history.
Yes.
Yes, for them, they have 13 months. I will explain that one later. Now, what Luna did, because now there's what we call Luna. Do you remember Luna, members, from physics?
Yes.
What is Luna? The rotation of the what? Of the what?
Of the moon.
Of the
The
moon.
moon around the sun.
The rotation of the what? Of the moon. Okay?
Yes.
According to scientists, according to what? The scientists.
Science.
They said the Earth, okay, to make one complete revolution, to make one complete what? Revolution. It will take 28 days. Okay? Members, are we together? It takes how many days?
28 days.
28 days.
28 days. But according to Luna, he was not happy with these days. Why? He said, please, I don't want anything. All my days, we should maintain our 30 days. He never believed in science. For him, he never believed in science. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, that's why all the months they were what? 30 what? 30 days. But when he died, when he what? When he died, people came back to 28 days. And this one, because it was the unlucky month, it was only given to February. Okay? Because this day is unlucky, because the king at first refused to use it. That's why they said it's unlucky. I think that?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, that's why from today onward we use February is either 28th or 29th day. Because it was the history of the king who refused to use that month of to use that day of 28 days as a month. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Yes, that's why today, how many days do you have in a year? How many days do you have in a year? 300 and?
365.
300 what?
365.
60 what?
5.
65 days. So the way scientists, for him he wanted to use 300. Okay? But now after he died, because now scientists were using the Luna, the rotation of the moon, how the moon was rotating, the sun, okay? Okay? They discovered that the moon and the sun rotates in a year. They make one full revolution in what? 365 days. So because now February is unlucky, it maintained its days to 28. The rest, they were either in 30s or 31 days. Members, have I answered you?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
I have a lot of history in that. I can explain until the end of the day.
Teacher, I have a request.
Yes, please.
You see, since I've told you about my battery is now 3%, may I not complete that lesson, but I'll try out questions on probability.
Okay. All right. But don't cancel.
Thank you, teacher.
All right. Members?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
I was explaining, I said, the Georgia calendar has how many months?
13 months.
13 months. And the 13th month, you see, this is how very funny it is. The 13th month has only 4 days. Eh? The 13th month has how many days?
4 days.
Now this one they call it the forgotten days. Okay, they call it forgotten what?
Days.
Forgotten days. Okay, members, if I'm to explain that, I will take the whole day. Let's stop there. I believe I've given you a background in that, right?
Yes.
Thank you. You people, you don't appreciate even the teacher after explaining all this.
Oh, thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
After forcing you.
Thank you.
Okay, maybe before we move to before we go back to our topic, there's something I want to explain from here, okay? About this month, okay? Members, I don't know whether you have discovered. We have even and odd years. We have even here and then odd what?
Yes.
Members,
Yes.
like now, we are in what? We are in 2020. I mean, we are in 2021. We are in 2021, which is what? Is odd, right?
Yes.
You will discover that. You will discover that February. You will discover what?
Yes.
February. Is there anyone with the calendar there? Anyone with the calendar there?
Yes.
Yes.
How many days does it have in February if the year is odd? How many days? If the year is odd, how many days do you have? You have
28 days.
You will have 28 days. But if the year is even, if the year is what? Even. Then February will have 29 days. February will have 29 days. What does that one mean? What does it mean? It means if the year is odd.
What?
Members, if the year is what?
Odd.
Even.
If the year is odd, it means we shall have 365 days in the year. Okay? But if the year is even, we shall have 366 days. What is bringing the problem? February. The unlucky month. The unlucky what? The unlucky month. Are you together, members?
Yes.
So check that. I want you to go and check that in your calendar. You will confirm to that when you come back to me, okay? Okay, let's go back to our mathematics now. That was history. Members, I can even teach history. For me, I can teach anything. Okay, we are saying probability. Probability is used to tell how likely or unlikely a future will what? Will occur. Yes. The concept of probability is used to frequently answer some questions in our daily life. Some of these questions, like now the one we were asking ourselves, what's the probability? What is the chance of you dying? What's the chance of you excelling? What's the chance of you healing? What's the what? There are so many questions that we can. Here we are giving prediction. We are predicting. We are what?
Predicting.
We are prediction. Here we work with prediction. You are predicting. You are not sure. You are not certain. You are not certain. Okay? So here we deal with uncertainties. We deal with what?
Certainties.
Uncertainties, because we are not sure. So, since we are dealing with uncertainties, which means now that concept in mathematics, we call it now what? We call it what? Probability. So if someone asks you what is probability, just say probability is the likely or unlikely of an event occurring, or is a game of chance. Okay? Yes. Like now the question we can ask, like you can see this question here. Will Uganda Crane qualify for World Cup this year? Next year? I think that. Remember, I think that's kind of a question. That's a game of prediction. You are predicting. Will Uganda Crane qualify for World Cup in 2023 or in 2022? Members, are we together?
Yes.
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 The next question we can ask. Can I get healed? Those are the questions. Can I get healed after taking this medicine? Even the medicine we take is on probability. That's why you say some medicine does not work on this person, but it works on the other person. So it's a trial. It's a game of chance. Okay? Are you together, members? Another question we can ask. Another question we can ask. What's the chance of me passing after this long period of lockdown? Those are the questions. You are predicting. You are uncertain of what you are doing. Okay. Another question you can ask.
Another question you can ask.
What is the probability, or what's the chance that we are coming back to school next year? Are we coming back to school next year?
Are we coming back to school next year?
Members, are you seeing that?
Yes.
All those are
Yes.
what? All those are questions which are in line with what? With probability. Okay.
Yes.
Now we are saying that to be in position to predict correctly, how likely or unlikely a future event will occur. Please, there's someone who is making a lot of noise in the background. Please, can we? To be in position to predict correctly how likely or unlikely a future event will occur, an experiment should be carried out randomly about what? The event, and the experimental results analyze an appropriate conclusion made out of it. So which means for you to come out, there are certain scenarios where we need to perform experiments. We need experiments. We need to carry out experiments. Now, what you expect from a given experiment is what we call the outcomes. Is what we call the what? The outcomes. In other terms, we can call it results. The outcomes. When you perform an experiment, you expect results to be out. That one we call it outcomes. Then from that outcome, you must be interested in something. You must be able to analyze what you wanted. Now, what you wanted, what you are interested in, that one now we shall call it, and what? That one is called what? It's called what, members? The event. It's called the event. It's called the event. Now, in the process of performing the experiment, you will have series of outcomes. We will have series of outcomes. Now, when you combine all of them together, you will come out with what we call a sample space. A sample what? Members, we come out with what we call what? A sample space. And in the sample space, we have the outcomes, we have the event, but combined in the what? In the sample space, what makes the difference? We just put it in curling brackets. We put it in curling what? We put it in curling what? Brackets. We put it in curling brackets. So what do we need? We need to perform our experiments. We need to see the outcomes. We need to see the events. We must be able to generate a sample space. Are we together, members?
Yes.
Yes, those are the keywords we normally use. Now let's go to this one, the common terms. The common term used in probability. Subheading, common terms used in probability. The common terms used in probability. The first one we have outcomes of an experiment. Now we have the outcome. The first term is the outcome. We said what comes out or what results do we get when a given experiment has been what? Performed. That's what we call what? Outcome. You don't need to cram this. These are simple things. These are simple things. Outcomes, you know, is the results. So it's the results that you get after performing a given what? Experiment. Okay? Then the second one is the sample space. The sample space. The sample space. When you are performing out an experiment, it will give you series of experiments, series of values, series of the outcomes. Now, what you get out of that, you can put it as one. And then that one will create first what we call the sample space or probability space. Or probability what? Probability space. That's what you gather. That's the information you have collected together. But what comes out of a given experiment is the outcome. What you collect from a given experiment is what we call a probability space or sample space. Now, take for example, you are tossing. Take for example, you are tossing a dice. Remember, you are tossing a what? The one you use for playing Ludo there. When you look at a Ludo has different levelings. It is like that, like this. Is a tube, like that. You find that maybe this face is 1, this face is 2, this face is written 3, then the other face there is 4. You find that it has how many surfaces, members? It has 6 surfaces. 6. And each of these have been level. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then what? And 6. Now, this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those are, we call them outcomes. Those are the what? The outcomes. But when we put them as 1, they become the sample space. They become sample. So our sample space, which we write is capital letter S. Now you bring it now in a curly bracket because it's set of values. You put it in a bracket like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What does it mean? The sample space means nothing should come. We don't expect anything outside this. Anything outside this, there's no chance we can get it. Can you get 0 when you are playing this? Can you get a 0?
No.
Can you get a 7?
No.
Can you get a 7?
No.